Hello, welcome. So I just wanted to come on today because yesterday I started my own 7-day money gratitude challenge. I've just decided that's what I'm going to do. And I just thought today, I was like, why am I not vlogging this? Like, I need to vlog this simply because I really do think magical things are going to happen in the next 7 days, and I will kick myself if I've not documented it. So here we are. So I thought I'd better just intro it, and then we can have like a little bit of a weekly vlog, a 7-day vlog of maybe just some gratitude. So I've already started doing 10 money gratitudes every single day. So that's going to be my first thing. So I do like to do my gratitude practice in the morning anyway, but now I'm just focusing purely on money. So that is about flow of money, increase in abundance, money I've had previously, money that is going to come to me, open to money, open to abundance and wealth, and what that means and how that would kind of benefit me, and what I want what to do with. So that's what I've already started on. And I've also started on doing some EFT tapping and listening to some money subliminals. So I've already cracked on with that. But as the week goes on, I'll insert kind of some clips and some little bits and just chatting about like what I've been doing. But already today, I felt a little bit just of a shift in my mindset around money. I've done a lot of money books. I've done the money courses. I am an avid learner of money and money mindset and money psychology. I'm really interested in it. And yeah, I just thought, why not talk about it? So as the week goes on, we'll chat about some practices and some things that can help with your money mindset. And obviously there will be books that I've read and recommendations on books. I have read quite a few money books actually. I'm currently reading one now, which is probably what's provoked this. And plus, I mean, who just doesn't want more money? Like, we always want more money, don't we? And well, just why I say that though, it's not always about wanting more and more and more and being in that kind of needy vibration, but it's often about the reasons and why you want more money and how it would enhance your life or the people around you. So I think we're just going to generally talk about that for the next 7 days, if that's okay with you guys. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's see what's going to happen this week. So every day I've been doing a simple but powerful practice, and that is my gratitude list. I like to do it first thing in the morning, and I write down 10 things I'm grateful for about money. And it could be for money I've received, opportunities, or even bills we've paid. And it just shifts my focus from lack to abundance. So I thought there's no chance I can talk about money and money mindset and money psychology without talking about the books that I've read. So I do love learning about money. I'm not saying I'm an expert in money by any stretch of the imagination, but I really do find it fascinating. I find it fascinating, the psychology, people's mindset, and I've learned a lot. I've done some online courses and read lots of books, obviously. So I just wanted to share some of the books that I wanted to recommend. So I am going to start with, obviously, if you've listened or if you've watched any of my YouTube videos before with book reviews, is I do unsolicitedly gift my books for the people when they just don't want it. So I don't always have my books, but I do have a list in front of me of the books that I want to talk about. And some I do have, some I don't have. So here we go. So first one I wanted to talk about was Rich as Fuck, Amanda Frances. Now she is unapologetic. I wouldn't say she would be everybody's cup of tea, but she is, if you want to up level, if you've got your own business or you're feeling like you've been maybe in one level for a long period of time and you're ready to up level and move on to that next stage and phase, she is perfect for that because she will unapologetically thrust you out of wherever you are stuck and move you to the next level. She will up level you. And she does not hold back. She's quite forward in saying how she looks at money. And the thing is, when women talk about money, it can come across a little bit crude.
which is a shame because money's money, it means nothing, it's just energy, it's not good, it's not bad. But I think when she speaks about it, it allows you to, especially as a woman, be a little bit more open and talking about it, and even accepting to yourself of maybe some of the goals that you have and want to achieve without feeling like it's just for men to talk about. So, Amanda Frances, Rich as Fuck. I'm giving these out in no particular order. It's just the list that's coming to me. So, Positively Wealthy, Emma Mumford. So she has wrote lots of different manifesting books actually as Emma Mumford, but this one is a 33-day guide to manifesting sustainable wealth and abundance. So I have forgotten actually about this, if I'm being honest. And if I'm being honest, I can't actually remember reading this. And looking back at it now, it looks like a great book, but I actually can't remember it. Lots and lots of practical things in there because it is a 33-day practice. And she really does mix like the spirituality and the kind of the work, the deep work and the inner work that you need to do to kind of get over some obstacles. So although I can't remember it fully, I've kept it. So it must have been a good book. Oliver, coming to you in virtual reality.
Hello.
I love you, darling. Will you shut the door?
Thank you.
Thank you, gorgeous bumpkin.
What you doing?
I'm doing a money book video.
Who said
Love you. Next one I have chatted about before, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I did really enjoy this book actually, and it's one of the big ones. It's one that a lot of people talk about, and I think the dads kind of are very useful to kind of balance out and kind of emphasize his point more by using the two characters. So it's not actually his dad, one's his friend's dad, but I think it's a really clever book, and it's a very old book, to be honest. So the fact that it's still going around obviously means something. It's a classic. It's less spiritual, absolutely less spiritual. It's much more practical. And to be honest, it was probably a little too sophisticated for me in terms of where I am with money and in terms of investments and things like that. It was probably a little bit above me, but I would definitely come back to this book and read it again and again. So yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. My next one is Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas. Now, this one is great. This one is really fun. And it's a lot about like clearing your money blocks and a lot of like the inner work that needs to be done. Denise does also give lots of practical exercises to release guilt and shame and any limiting beliefs around money. But it's much more grounded, but it's still very motivational. It's still very, if you're wanting to link it to in terms of business or your career or anything, you can still do all them things, but it just feels a little bit more, it's definitely more feminine. Some of these female authors definitely bring much more of a spiritual, feminine kind of motivational and encouraging and inspiring way, rather than I think some of the men do still tend to bring a lot of kind of the hustle and that masculine energy. So I do quite like to read the female authors just because I feel more aligned with that for some reason. Maybe I'll get to a stage with my money beliefs and my money mindset where it will be a little bit, some of the content from the men might be just a little bit more aligned with me. So this is a little bit of a curveball. The Magic. Now, it isn't typically a money book. It's about manifesting anything and creating the life that you want. And I just feel that there is lots of money practical practices and exercises in this book. And there's a whole section at the back where you can just focus solely on money. She actually categorises the practices. So if you're wanting to just do money, there's different categories. So there's some really clever and again, very spiritual, very woo-woo. It is not about where to put your money, how to invest your money. This is very much about your mindset and changing the psychology and some of your limiting beliefs and working on them things rather than what investment pot should I put in, what, interest rates and things like that. Nothing like that is happening in this book. It's much more fun, much more enjoyable if you ask me. Okay, so the next one is Money, a Love Story with Kate Northrup. Now this one, I feel like it says it in the title, Money, a Love Story. I mean, again, it's not about investment and where to put your money. This is solely about healing any limiting beliefs, maybe even any traumas, any kind of like negative relationships with money. This is what this is about. This is very much about the deep work and anything that can be holding you back, anything that's maybe stopping you moving forward, any old habits that keep reoccurring. This book really does bring you back to kind of recode some of them beliefs, recode some of them habits and them things that you've maybe been going through life doing that just keeps getting you to the same place. So I actually really enjoyed this book. I thought it was, it's quite a, there's quite a lot of words, like some of it like here, I don't know if you can see very well. This one, I really enjoyed. If you're feeling, I think if you're feeling stuck and you're wanting to just go back and look at some of the patterns, particularly the patterns that are reoccurring, this could be the one. This could be the one. Check that one out. So my next one is the one I've just finished. I've just finished on Audible. I haven't actually finished reading it. So I do want to finish reading it. And then I think I'd like Chris to read this one because I think this, again, written by a man, but it is actually a little bit more on the spiritual, maybe not spiritual, but a little bit more on the mindset, because Lewis Howes is very much about mindset and resilience and stepping into your potential. He's got a podcast, so you might have seen him online. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book because although there was some work with your mindset and again, like some of your belief systems and kind of working on some of them things, but it was quite, I would only say half of that was about, half of the book was about that. And then the other half was about how you can open up yourself up to opportunities, how you can put yourself in that mindset to attract abundance and open yourself up to, well, whatever's out there, any opportunities that you've got out there. So I did actually really enjoy this book. It's again, it's not financy investments type of book, but there is some really good advice in there for just kind of like stepping out of maybe your comfort zone sometimes, like putting yourself out there, because you can't just sit at home and wait for these opportunities to come. Sometimes you do need to just kind of push yourself into kind of seeing what happens and working them out. So, yep, that's my last one. Today, I'm looking at my money story, all the beliefs and limiting ideas I've picked up about money over the years. I've created a simple timeline, drawing a line from birth to the present day. Above the line, I'm writing positive money experiences and beliefs, and below the line, any negative ones, just to see the patterns. For each negative belief I've found, I'm rewriting it as an empowering statement. This process helps me to see where my money blocks came from and start shifting them into something more supportive.
So before we start, if you are new to EFT or tapping, basically what it is, it's a mind-body technique where gently tapping on acupuncture points around the body and while saying phrases out loud. So it helps calm the nervous system, release any negative beliefs, rewires your subconscious. Think of it like a mixture of acupuncture and positive affirmations, like blended into one, but without any needles. So it's easy, you're going to just do it yourself. It's very simple practice. And it's really powerful for shifting any energy around anything. But today we're obviously going to be talking about money and abundance. So this is kind of the routine I've been doing recently on this over this last week. This is what I've been doing, so I just wanted to share it with you. So here's what you do: is you always start with the karate chop. So you tap in here first, and this is the setup statement. So basically, if you have any limiting beliefs around anything, so obviously we are talking about money, so any limiting beliefs around money, any negative self-talk, any negative feelings around money, you're going to say them out loud at this point while tapping on what is called the karate chop. So here we go. Now, I'm going to say some just to kind of give some inspiration, but you have your own, so work on your own. So this is going to be a 3-step process. This is how I've been doing it. So first of all, tap in here. So even though I feel like money is hard to come by, I deeply and completely accept myself.
and then you say anything else. So sometimes I doubt that wealth will come to me. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I've held on to money blocks, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though money feels hard, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though money comes in and it feels like it goes out at the same time, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I want to earn more money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, so any other beliefs, make sure you get up in this setup now. Now, sometimes people think like, oh, why am I tapping? Why am I saying these things out loud? I'm like giving them life. You're not. You are just accepting yourself. You deeply and completely accepting yourself for where you are. These feelings come and go. If you're having any feelings about anything negative, you've got to allow them to come. You can't just keep suppressing them and ignore them. Allow them to come. But then we're going to tap in the new beliefs. So that's when we're going to start working around the tapping point. Now, what I've been doing is I've been doing my gratitudes every day. So once I've wrote down my 10 gratitudes, I then go through the 10 gratitudes as I'm going around the tap-in sequence. So that is stage 2. So here we go. This is where you start. You start at the top of the eyebrow here, and you're just going to gently tap. There's a few ways people do it. Sometimes people use one hand. I have been using 2 hands purely because I feel like I'm tapping in more. I'm just keep tap, 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 tapping. So up just above the eyebrow, and then you're going to move to the side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose. If you use more fingers, I feel like you've got more chance to kind of hit the point without knowing them exactly. Don't be too precious. Like, if you're doing it, you're doing it. That's what I think. And then you're moving on to your collarbone. So just here, again, if you've got a few fingers on it, I feel like but it's just under the collarbone here. But there you go. And then now under the armpit. So again, using both hands for me. If you can see, just gently tap in. Then at the top of the head. Okay, so that is the sequence. Follow along, but you soon get used to it. If you miss it out, some are a bit longer, some are a bit short, no problem. It's just calming the nervous system. It's just allowing you to tap in that gratitude. So here we go. I'm truly grateful for money because it's a tool to support us. I'm thankful for money because it flows and it's an energy exchange. I'm grateful for money because I attract money often. I'm grateful for money because it always flows to us in unusual ways. I'm thankful for money because it allows us to help and share with others. I'm grateful for money because it's a frequency and I'm learning to raise the vibration. I'm thankful for money because I'm truly grateful for money because it's a tool that can be used to support us as a family. I'm thankful for money because we have great flow. So that is kind of the second part. Now you might have some more. If you have more gratitude, just keep going around. You can do them on a few rounds. If you're still feeling a little bit maybe anxious around money for some reason, maybe you've just had a big bill coming or something, then tap in. Tap in what you're grateful for. If you've just had an unexpected bill, and I don't know, say it's a speeding ticket or something, then be grateful for your car. Be grateful for the journey that you took. Be grateful for what it did. There's always gratitude in everything we do. So you just have to look for it. And it just, like I say, it doesn't take it away. You've still got to pay the bill, but it calms the nervous system down and it can take away that instant stress and panic. And your body doesn't react good to that. You don't make good decisions. Eventually, that mind-body connection, you can damage it and you can get ill. So you've just got to learn to manage them stress levels with these tools. So then the next round I've been doing, so exactly the same, I'm now going to tap in the affirmations. So above the eye again, so money flows to me with ease and joy. I am a magnet for wealth and prosperity. I trust that the universe is always providing for me. Abundance is my natural state and I fully allow it in. Big money is here now. Money flows with ease and joy. I am a money magnet. Money flows easily. And again, you can do as many rounds as you do. A few more rounds if you want, but then take a big deep breath and release. And notice how you feel after, because guaranteed you will have shifted some energy and you will feel much more relaxed and aligned to attracting more abundance. And you can come back to tapping anytime you want. You can call in more money whenever you want. Any stress that feels like, okay, that fear's coming in, accept it, acknowledge it, tap on it, do your gratitudes, tap in your affirmations. And it'll just help kind of regulate yourself throughout. So yeah, there you go. That's my EFT tapping. Give it a go, guys. Let me know what you think. Now, one of the other practices I've been doing this week is visualization, of course, because I love visualization. There's so many different ways we can be doing this. We can do a vision board. We can meditate and visualize our future self and where we want to be and where we want our financial goals to be and all them things. So there's a few different options. I mean, mood boards are great because at the end of the day you can visualize. So if you've got some things that you want to achieve in terms of like your money mindset and why you want to increase your money mindset, because there's maybe something in particular that you want to kind of purchase or experience, and you can get them on a visual board, then brilliant. Now, I am a big fan of digital mood boards. I have not done a paper mood board probably for years, if ever, maybe just as a kid from the Argos catalogue cutting out the toys at Christmas. But you can do it on your phone. You can go on Pinterest, you can go on Google, wherever you get your photos from, you can pick your photos and then get on a collage app. I just use the Pick Collage, which I think is, it's free, so it's easy, but I think there's lots of collage apps you can do. And then you can put all your little pictures together and have it as your screensaver. Save it as your screensaver on your phone. If it's got something on there, maybe like actual tangible money goals and figures, even if you can screen grab your bank and change the amount. And if you're wanting to do anything like that and you don't want anybody else to see it, you can actually save it in WhatsApp groups. So if you've maybe got a friendship group or maybe you and your partner share your money goals, you can save it as a screensaver in WhatsApp so that nobody else can see it. But every time you open that app and you go to that message, there is your mood board that's completely private for you, and it's just a visualization. And the thing is as well, you might not even necessarily be picking up on it and looking at the pictures and maybe reading words you've got on there every single time, but it's the subliminal messaging that's tapping into your subconscious at all times. So currently on my screensaver, I have photos of myself like laughing or having fun with friends, or Chris or Oliver, and me maybe in feminine dresses, and just more of a feeling than actual like a Range Rover or me with loads of money or something. Like, it's more of a feeling that I'm kind of trying to achieve. So yeah, if you've got something like that, a particular stage, or maybe you were dressed in a certain way that made you felt like a rich bitch and you were like, actually, yeah, I'm feeling good here. You can use visuals like that as well. So it's all about tapping into your subconscious, like I said, and just kind of getting the most out of it. But of course, yeah, cut out the magazines, make an actual board and use a pin board, whatever kind of works for you, really. I also like to visualize before bed. I always like to think about like, as I'm drifting off, thinking about, how would my perfect day be? Like, what would that be? Or maybe like even if you won the lottery. Or I remember visualizing our house renovations when we were doing it years ago, where I would just, every night I would imagine it, and money didn't come into it. I didn't think about, oh no, but I can't visualize that because I haven't got the money. There was none of that. I just let my imagination run riot. I was like, yep, I want a log burner or electric doors, I want a range, and all these things were not really in the budget. They were not really part of the plan. But I allowed myself to kind of play with them ideas, because the more you allow yourself and you yourself have that visualization, you're going to be able to achieve it more, because it becomes believable. It becomes a possibility. I'd give them 2 things a go, because why the hell not? They're just fun anyway. While I just do my ironing and fold some washing, I have been listening to Subliminals. Now, if you don't know what a subliminal is, basically it is a recording of what sounds like spa music with a subliminal messaging. So affirmations, positive affirmations, affirming anything, focusing anything. Obviously, I've been doing Money in Abundance because I'm working on the 7-day money plan, and I've been listening to them every day as often as I can. And the best, I mean, you can use them whenever. Basically, they're recorded so that the frequency it's all nice and relaxing. But you'll hear, like subtly hear from time to time, the affirmations. You're not supposed to hear it fully. So I think sometimes when people first start, they think, oh, I can't hear anything. Like, why can't I hear it? There's something wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's to tap into your subconscious. And the music is just relaxing. So because it relaxes you, then that makes that the affirmations and whatever that is kind of in the subliminals, that is what is like basically coding in. So it's you know, it really helps with your mindset and your positive thinking. But it's brilliant when you're doing like low focus things like folding washing or ironing or driving or sleeping. Like there's lots of like 8-hour subliminals so you can listen through the night. And I just thought that's what I just thought I'd tell you what I've been doing. So I've actually been using the Canny Crystal one because that's great. It's free on YouTube. I will link it below. You can record your own. It's not too difficult to record your own. I haven't done that myself, so I'm saying it like it's not too difficult. But I imagine it's not. If you know what you want to tap in, you can obviously do it for anything. It doesn't have to just be for money. It can be confidence, it can be sleep, it can be fertility, it can be anything. It's just a positive way of affirming whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever your goal is. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna listen away to some subliminals. So hello. Okay, so I'm back. I'm just about to do a workout, but I thought I'll just come on and wrap this up. So we did it, 7 days of money gratitude. How are we feeling? Has anybody followed along? Is anybody going to give it a go? That's what I want to know. So day 7 is about celebrating the wins. Now, FYI, if you've got this far, I haven't won the lottery. I haven't gone viral on YouTube. I'm not living in a mansion. Nothing drastic has happened. Sometimes it's just them little things that matter. Like sometimes it's not the big things, and it's about acknowledging the small things as well, because it's a muscle. That muscle just builds up, and sometimes we don't even realize that, you know, money has come to us. We might have been gifted something. We might have got a voucher from work for doing good work, and we might have got a small pay rise, or we might have got extra work or overtime or all them things. If we don't acknowledge they've come to us, how will we ever know when the big stuff come? How will we ever be grateful for the big stuff? Like, you have to be grateful for exactly where you are to allow more goodness to come your way, basically. Things have felt good this week. Like I said, nothing crazy, I can tell you, if I'm being brutally honest. But there has been little things, little wins. You know, and you've got to remember that they're the things that we need to remember and focus on. I tend to write things like that in the back of my journal as well. So it's just, like I say, it's just a muscle. It's training yourself to be grateful for all the small things. So if somebody's bought you lunch or bought you a coffee or gifted you a book or I don't know, whatever, like them things all add up. That's money. Okay, it isn't like here's your lottery win, but that's money that you've received, that you've allowed in, that you've opened up. So it's just about remembering them things and being grateful for them. And there are a lot of the things I've been grateful for. And all them small things soon add up. And I've noticed over the 7 days, them exact things. And maybe a small pay rise, or somebody buying you tea, or like I said, a voucher from work. All these things that we're like, oh yeah, but it's only £15, or it's only this or that and the other. If we can't be grateful for the pennies, then what's that saying? Look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. It's the same thing with gratitude. Like, you have to be grateful for them small things. And it may be like, you realise you can ring up the service provider and reduce your rates, or all them things are really important to be grateful for. So yes, I haven't had any great transformations, although I'm going to continue with some of these practices. So I'm really hoping that that will help. It's our mental fitness, and making sure that we keep on top of that is so important, because it is easy to just fall down the rabbit hole of, oh no, I've got to pay this bill and I've got to pay this, and cost of living crisis and this, that and the other, and all this stuff that you hear buzzing around, when really it's powerful to just reframe that. Even with your bills, reframe that. Think about, oh, I get to donate to that company. I get to donate to British Gas and pay all this money. Like, lucky me, because that means I have all the benefits that they're offering. It can sometimes feel difficult, and it can sometimes feel like you don't want to be grateful for them things, but give it a go. Give it a go and let me know what you think. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a little bit of a different topic to normal, I think, but obviously along the same lines of gratitude and spirituality and mindset. So yeah, give me a like and a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.